What do I do if I'm not chasing anything? What do I do if I've got everything that I need? It's a question that no one's prepared me to answer. Where do I go if I'm right where I'm supposed to be? Where do I go if wherever I am home? It's a question I'm presently wanting to answer. If the usual way doesn't work for me now, that's a void I know nothing about. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over, what then? What do I say if it's all perfect anyway? What do I say if I'm not here to change anyone? It's a question I truly don't know how to answer. How do I live if my life is eternity? How do I live if I'm no longer afraid to die? It's a mystery, no one can give me an answer. If the usual way doesn't work anymore, there's no map for what life has in store. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over, what then? What is the purpose of time here on earth? How do I now define my death and birth? For that matter, what is my life really worth in the end? What's mine to give and what's mine to receive? Whom do I worship? What do I believe? Seems every answer comes right back to me in the end. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over and we're all born victorious, if the race is over, what then?
Lord.
one power, invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power, indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power, one power. We speak so many languages, different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. And we'll remember once we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. Oh, it's the power of the love in you and me. One power, oh, one power is what we are. One power, one power. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon for its love that's most deep. It's one power. It's one power. What we are is one power. sacred land. I know that it's true when all that I am comes down to you. I know that it's true. I know that I can rely on you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. My thoughts and my mind belong to eternal time. My words and my song, you're writing them all along. I know that it's true when all that I am comes down to you. I know that it's true. I know that I can rely on you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, I surrender. All that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, I surrender. All that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, God, I give to you. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred. in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change
How are you?
my mind, God will show me
Which song? The first one? The one that comes right at the beginning after we do the welcome. I'm gonna do Amazing Grace,
my decision.
and if people want the words, it's on page 16. Just 16.
Love is my decision.
But I'm gonna invite him to stand up and
It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else
Right after
can
the
make
daily
me forgive.
I'm gonna talk about that because it was written by this
And
guy,
once
John.
I decide
You
to
weren't there probably when he was
change
here.
my mind,
He was the Amazing
God will show me how. Love
Yeah.
is my
So he wrote a lot of songs on the
decision.
Torah, and I used to sing with him a lot and have him
My
on the radio
decision,
show.
right
And,
here
I'm gonna do a
and
song
now.
that he used to do on the Korah. Yeah. And then later, I don't know, I was thinking about, I don't know if we'll have another song later.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance
Yeah,
down
it depends on
the
what she wants. Sometimes she wants a
road.
song, and other times just music behind
Love is my
it. Sometimes coming out of that,
decision.
if there's time,
No one else can lighten my
I was gonna do like an
load.
upbeat one, like let's see.
And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. Bring it on, everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. Think I finally learned, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. I think it's time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. And I've survived many times before, broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be alright, yes I will, once more, just as I did back then. I'm gonna rise again, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. So bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I know it's gonna be everything new. Nothing to say, nowhere to go, nothing to do. I had no promises to make, no one to know, nothing to prove. It's a strange sort of existence, somehow it seems so true. The only thing I really know is that I don't know a thing. The only sound that I hear now is the silence when I sing. The only sight my eyes can see is the darkness of my dreams. This is how I'm born to be empty. everything is right. All is in all. Right now, everything's gone. Ambition and fight, no expectations at all. It's a new kind of intention, but somehow it seems so right. The only thing I really know is that I don't know a thing. The only sound that I hear now is the silence when I sing. The only sight my eyes can see is the darkness of my dream. This is how I'm born to be. I'd be perfectly fine if I stayed this way forever. Nothing on my mind, and I never felt better. The only thing I really know is that I don't know a thing. The only sound that I hear now is the silence when I sing. The only sight my eyes can see is the darkness of my dreams. This is how I'm born to be. This is how I'm born to be. Empty.
Do Amazing Grace, and if you need the words, it's actually page 16 in your hymn book. But otherwise, either way, feel free to stand up and join in.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. So what I like to do, I was told long ago during my first Sunday service leader opportunity, I was told to bring your love and personality to the podium. So what I want to do is I want all of us to welcome each other. So look at a new face. It could be across the room. Say, welcome to Unity. Find a new face where love is felt. Truth is taught. Lives are transformed and all is well. Hello, everybody. My name is Ryan Hope Travis. I am the Sunday service leader for today. Before we get into the announcements, I want to hand it over to Reverend Betty to do our opening prayer, if that's okay.
So let's just relax now into the one power, the one presence, and feeling that beautiful divine energy within us, above us, below us, before us, behind us, and all around us. This beautiful energy is just encircling this room and out into the ethers, embracing those that are streaming today on whatever media. We love you, we bless you, and we are all one, coming together to remember who we truly are as spiritual beings and feeling that oneness within us. That divine power, divine love that makes all things possible. And so we celebrate and rejoice in this deeper understanding. We say, thank you. Amen and amen.
Thank you, Reverend Betty. Today, for our music, we want to give a shout out to Kathy, who's holding it down as always. Our prayer chaplain is going to be Jackie in the back. We have Rupali, who's our board member on duty. And then I want to give a special thank you to Sally, who's going to be holding down our daily word. So I told her this morning, I said, wife, this is the last time I'm going to do this, okay? I'm going to get to know everybody in the space, and what I want to do is put everybody on the spot, okay, instead of just Sally. So shout out to all the spouses for being there in the clutch, as they always are. So I want to say welcome to all of us here and in the virtual sphere. One thing that makes Unity special here is that this is like a family. So every time we have service, it's a bit of a family reunion. As many of you know, prayer is an essential Unity practice. You are invited to stay after the service if you would like to pray with our prayer chaplain. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to hand it over to Reverend Betty for some really special announcements, specifically about the Art of Quantum Living and the Prosperity Challenge.
Yeah, just a quick announcement about, you realize that we're in the midst now of our, what we call our Prosperity Challenge. So we're using the universal principles, the universal spiritual principles of abundance and prosperity to practice something, attracting something in our lives or releasing something that no longer serves us during this month of July. And our vision as a group of leaders and board would like to see at least 30 names on that chart outside the door to say, yeah, I'm practicing these principles. And we have a handout available to those who want to engage in this practice with us. And next month, we're going to celebrate what people have experienced using these beautiful principles, using the law of attraction, using the power and the understanding of their spiritual connection with all that is, the source of everything. So be sure to sign up and then see me or one of the board members or anybody who's a regular at the church. We can get you a copy of that Prosperity Challenge handout. And for those of you on Zoom, if you just email Unity at Gainesville, we'll send you one of those. And I think we've got a lot of people with the handout. Some of you have forgotten to sign up because we just like to know how many are engaging with us there's also power in working together on that. The other thing I want to just say is we're doing a class called The Art of Quantum Living. And this is a program that is endorsed by Unity Worldwide Ministries. It's being done in many, many ministries across the country. It's been around for 5, 6, 7 years, and it continually gets better and better in terms of the materials and the impact of the course. And we just hear so many people having great ahas and breakthroughs and true transformation in releasing anything in their lives, releasing things in their consciousness that hold them back from their highest good, from their higher power. And so we invite you to join us in the next offering, which will be August 15th. It starts, it's in, there's a handout here available, and it'll be on our website to describe the 6 sessions that it entails. And so we just invite you to sign up and I just want those who are in the class in person today, raise your hand. And is there any one person who would want to just say 2 or 3 seconds of what it's doing for you? Does anybody want to pop up and say that? Yes, thank you, Barbara. And try to speak loudly. Yay, thank you, Ryan, to the rescue with a microphone. Okay, Barbara, and hold it up to your mouth there. Yeah.
This is an awesome class. I really recommend it to everyone. It really takes you deep, and that's where we all need to go. It's a wonderful class.
Thank you. Yeah, no matter how much work you've done, inner work, it's something we know that we just keep releasing all those little thoughts and beliefs that are stuck in our consciousness and no longer serve us, and that's what we're working on. And then to experience the joy of feeling free to move through that and know that we're continuing to build a high consciousness. So we invite you to join us and check the handout.
All right. So in charge to my head, not to my heart, I want to acknowledge our AV team who has a critical role in making our service possible. So thank you to our AV team and all of you on Zoom. Thank you so much. And in the spirit of our welcome, I want to make sure that we acknowledge all of our first-time visitors. Do we have any first-time visitors here? Very first time being here? Okay. All right. So we all family here, which is beautiful. Okay. So I want to hand the mic over to Sally for our daily word.
All right. So the word of the day is generous. The affirmation is, as I give, I share God's abundance. The verse is, a generous person will be enriched, and one who gives water will get water. Proverbs 11:25. The limitless resources of infinite spirit flow through my loving heart and clear mind as a never-ending supply of divine ideas. I always have all that I need to live abundantly, and I share my abundance with others joyfully and freely. I give generously of my resources, talents, and skills, happy to support those I care about. I am generous with praise, gratitude, and encouragement. I give generously of my time. I am a good friend, a devoted family member, and a compassionate listener. Whenever I give without thought of reciprocation, I center myself in the divine flow. I am grateful, trusting recipient of spirit, unfailing generosity, and a conduit through which all of God's blessings flow. As I give, I share God's abundance.
love and kindness, then everything will be alright. What we give to others, you know that it's gonna come back. So why not give some love and kindness, then everything will be alright. The more we surrender, the greater the joy. 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 So if you're wondering what to do, think of how it would feel to you if someone did that to you. How would it feel to you? If you're wondering what to do, think of how it would feel to you if someone did that to you. How would it feel to you? How would it feel? How would it feel? How would it feel? How would it feel?
Today we're talking about service. And Carla introduced that topic last Sunday, right? To check, I wasn't here. So that was a beautiful song that melds right in there, Kathy, thank you. And we're talking about divine service. Service as a sacred act. So we want to think about that, think about service in a different context maybe today. And our affirmation on service is, I serve spirit as I am spiritually fed. I serve spirit. So divine service, is really an inspiration from one mind. One God, the source of all that is. And we can serve too from our human faculties, but there's some distinction around that I want us to consider today. So we're talking about service with a capital S. When we're thinking of sacred or divine powers or sacred and divine ideas, we put a capital on them. So let's think about what service is not. Divine service is not just a job or a duty or an obligation or a responsibility or an expectation. We can do those things, but one distinction is to beware that sometimes when we just look at something as a job or an obligation or a duty, our ego can creep in. And then sometimes when we're looking at service that way, we're doing it to earn something. It's sort of a transaction. If I do this, then I expect this back, right? Our ego might say. Or maybe it's for status. We go into a job because it's got a lot of status, but we really don't like what we're doing. Or we're trying to look good in the eyes of others, win somebody over or something. All these things do happen. Or maybe we just are doing it because there's a societal expectation to perform. And there are so many roles in our society where we expect, we expect so many things of, being a mother, being a father, being a wife, being a husband, for example. Those are just roles we play, but society overlays these expectations on some of those roles. Or the role of being, a policeman or a soldier or and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. As we reflect on our lives, I'm sure there are times when we have done service out of that sense of duty, but we can do both. So I was imagining, and if you will imagine with me, what would the world be like? How would it be different, say, if every soldier, every police officer, every doctor, every teacher, every public servant did their role as not just a way to earn money, but an opportunity to contribute their unique spiritual gifts as well as their human gifts to that activity. What if the policeman who put his knee on the neck of George Floyd, and we all have a searing image of that moment, it's just in the media, just blinding us, but what if he felt in his heart that he was there to serve and protect? But clearly, it was an act of ego that we saw all over this world, not just even this country, but the world saw that picture of an ego out of control. And I'm not saying that everybody who is a policeman, in fact, I've had only good experiences, thankfully, with police officers, but we know that in any role we're talking about, when we completely rely on the ego, sometimes it takes a turn down a different path that is not the divine path. But since we're all here, and I'm speaking to the choir really, you know, you all are beautiful, service-oriented, amazing spiritual beings, and I know that you all recognize that. It's just, you know, putting out into the world that we want to see more of this, that people doing these things we call duties or tasks or whatever can see a higher purpose and really get the benefit of bringing this sacred aspect of service into their roles. What if every corporate CEO saw himself or herself as a vehicle for fair trade and true, authentic customer service or innovation that served humankind rather than pleasing the shareholders, which is the way the system is set up. So it's not even the individual. The individual is pushed by the system sometimes with all these roles to conform in certain ways. And yet, hopefully, we could have it a little of both. And what if every parent saw their role not just as babysitting or needing to create someone who'll love them, but as an opportunity to develop healthy, well-adjusted, loving citizens of the future? What if, you know, what if? But even in our own lives, you know, we don't have to be something special to think about the distinction between, you know, I know in every ministry, we have sometimes begged people to be on teams and committees and boards, and they really didn't want to, and yet we begged them enough that they decided it was their duty and obligation, right? We've all had that experience, you know. Whatever it is, you know, where we gave in because we knew we were needed. And so, but then we did the job with a little bit of a grudge. So it's better, really, to be authentic and say, this isn't a good time for me, or I need to release this because I'm overloaded, and just release it. So we go within to get that guidance and really know that when we accept a role or are in a job, that we're trying to bring with it this new attitude of sacred service, divine service, whatever that job is. And you know, the best illustration of that really is Jesus washing the feet of the disciples at the Last Supper. The man they called master, teacher, got on his knees, filled a basin with water, and bathed each disciple's foot And some of them resisted, didn't want it, couldn't even imagine it. But what he was saying was, every human being is of value. Every human being is worthy. He was communicating divine love. See, sacred service is an act of selfless kindness, which is a form of divine love. So, we can do all of these things. We can perform a duty, we can take on a job, we can whatever, but I just want to inspire us to think about when we get tired. And I know there are so many caregivers out there, caregivers of their families, and we all at some time have to play that role. And it can get really tiring, because I know I've been in that position. And so when we get weary and tired of, what we think is an obligation, if we can just go within and connect with the divine source of all good, all power, all energy, and recognize that that power is flowing in us, through us, and can express as us. That in our highest spiritual expression, we're expressing love. And so all we have to do is get quiet, go within and ask for that flow to come through us and be renewed in whatever that task is. And so there are 3 characteristics as I was thinking about this divine service. 3 characteristics I want to just leave with us. One is that it is a sacred act when we are in that new attitude, that new consciousness of service as a divine action. And that it actually, we get benefit. We get more benefit than the person receiving it, because there's a benefit to our well-being. There's a benefit to our raising up in consciousness. And also, when we are expressing divine service, it brings joy. So these are the ideas I want us to leave with, that it's best if authentically we cannot give of ourselves at that moment to say, this isn't the time. I would love to support and help, but I can't right now. And if you can, to step forward to do the service with this beautiful attitude, this higher consciousness. And so it is a sacred act because it nourishes our soul. Can you think of times when you've done something that was a selfless act and then how you felt afterwards? I remember one time I didn't think I had the money, but I wanted to help somebody out with a scholarship. In fact, it was a person who was just going to receive her PhD. She had done it online, and this is years ago when online education wasn't that prevalent. And the graduation was in Hawaii. I was living in California, but I remember we were in a small group doing some sharing. She was one of my colleagues in that group, and she said that she was so sad because she didn't think she could go to her own graduation. And so it came to me, and I know that it was divine inspiration because I really didn't think I could help her, but I was shown the way to find some money, and I went down to wherever it was, Western Union or somewhere, and I wanted it to be anonymous, so I just sent her the money. And she didn't know where it came from, but she had the ability to fly to Hawaii and have her day. And I just felt so grateful to God. It wasn't like I was strutting around proud. In fact, I rarely ever tell that story, but if we truly have that sincere desire to be selfless, then we'll be shown how to do it. And so that's really my point about that. I was just so grateful that I could do it and didn't need anything in return from her. So So it's a selfless, nourishing act, and you feel great about it. And I love this quote, and I'm not sure, but I think maybe Carla used the same quote because somebody, I think, told me about this, but I already had it in my talk, so I'm going to quote. This is a quote from Rachel Naomi Remen, who's an MD. I don't know if you've said this one, but she said that helping, fixing, and serving represent 3 different ways of seeing life. When you help somebody, you see life as weak. When you try to fix somebody, you see life as broken. When you serve, you see life as whole. Fixing and helping may be the work of the ego. Service is the work of the soul. Because we don't need anything in return. It is a beautiful, selfless act. And I love what Martin Luther King said, you know, everybody can be great because everybody can serve. And it will refresh us if we're feeling down and depleted, that if we go within and say, how can I be of service? Just asking the question, you will receive an answer. If you go within and be in that place of infinite wisdom, and you will receive where to go, what to do. It actually contributes to our health and well-being, and this was interesting to me, that there are some studies that say when we are demonstrating altruistic behavior, it lowers our stress. We can all use some of that this day and age. So serving in an altruistic way reduces stress, and possibly there are a couple of studies that say it will even lower your blood pressure because it releases all these wonderful hormones in your body, the happy hormones, the endorphins, and other things. And so that is leading to the third point there. Service brings joy to our life. If we are serving from that place of spirit and not out of the place of obligation or duty. So I remember when I lived in San Francisco, had a lot of memories coming up from my California days, and I know that some of you lived in California. Remember, it was the guy in the toll booth. It was Johnny Mathis's brother. Does anybody remember over the Golden Gate Bridge? Now, this is an older singer that some of you might remember. Johnny Mathis's brother was a toll collector on the Golden Gate Bridge. And he would sing a song when people came in to pay their toll. Now, that's a duty. He had a job, and that was probably one of the most boring jobs people would say, toll collector on a bridge. But look how meaningful. He made people's day going to work, He's singing to them, and I think some of them didn't even know it was Johnny Mathis's brother, but later it got a publicity in the paper then. And I saw a beautiful story just recently about a woman who was a toll collector over on the bridge that connects, there's an inland waterway in St. Petersburg that you go over to hit the Gulf beaches, and so a lot of people go that way. And she had been in the corporate world and decided she wanted to relax a little bit and get another kind of job, and boy did she. She resigned from her corporate job and became a toll collector on this bridge, just a little short bridge, but it raised up to let boats through. And she just loved, she said, can't beat the view every morning. She had the morning session, and then she's sitting there looking out her toll booth, and every morning there was a guy in a little boat with a little tiny motor, just, a lone fisherman that would come out and go out into the waterways to fish, and she would wave at him, and they had this connection of just waving back and forth. And one morning, it was particularly beautiful morning, and he waved and she waved, and then she heard about an hour later that he had a heart attack and passed in his boat. He died. And she just felt so touched that she was probably the last person that actually had welcomed him into his day and had contact with him. Even though they weren't speaking, they felt, she felt that vibration of connection. And so that's how she saw her job, is just connecting with people in a different way. So there's, no matter what we're doing, we can always think about this act of service in a whole different way. And I hope this kind of raises our understanding and our consciousness about that. And our wonderful co-founder of Unity, Myrtle Fillmore, with Charles Fillmore, founded Unity. She wrote a letter about serving in this way back in the 1930s. And she felt that a rich consciousness and a loving service go hand in hand. She said, these are the foundation stones of plenty. And so as we serve, the good comes right back to us in multitudes. And so let's envision going forth now and serving in new ways, and coming together in divine service, which is also an expression of divine love. We give thanks that we know we have beautiful gifts to offer. And as we serve together, we grow together. So it is. So I'm going to invite you now to go into meditation and to get comfortable in your seats, just relaxing and taking a deep, relaxing breath so that your body is relaxing. Just scan from your head to your feet now and relax any little muscles that need relaxing. Breathe into any area of your body that you might feel some sensations of stiffness or pain, and just breathe them away. And then gently now place your attention in your heart space. And allow an image of someone or something or some place that you love dearly come forth in your mind's eye, this beautiful image. And as you hold the image and embrace it, you feel your heart expanding with love. You feel a warmth now just spreading through your entire body. The vibrations of divine love. And just be aware of all the vibrations of love in this room and out into the ethers. We embrace our brothers and sisters who are on Zoom and social media, YouTube. We feel that love connection. And we give thanks that even coming together this morning is an act of service to support each other on our spiritual journey. So we give thanks for the people here present. And now just gently go within and sit for a moment, allowing divine wisdom to come through you, showing you how you might serve differently, something new you might take on, or something you're already doing that you call service that you would like to bring this divine power into. And then just be open to any message, letting something come forth to bring you higher in consciousness around divine service. And so, whatever you have received, give thanks now in your own way. And we know that as we raise our consciousness of service, that we're contributing to the healing of the world and the raising up of the consciousness of humankind. And we are so grateful, so grateful. And so it is. Amen and amen. And I just want to say one thing before we have some more music, that I want to acknowledge Ryan and Sally and Hershon and others of you who are new to this ministry, who came with your ideas of service, that you've already, come and contributed and have new ideas for us. And Hershon, who we love, as come to do haircuts sometimes for us, and and as an act of service to the ministry. And so we just feel blessed when people come forward. So if you've got some idea for serving this ministry, because we're really still coming back like everyone from the pandemic, and we're still operating in the face of challenges around the COVID-19. So we love your ideas, and we know that that's what makes a thriving ministry. Your gifts, your ideas, your service. So thank you all. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Reverend Betty, for that message. I was thinking, Kathy, did you want to do any special music, or you want to wait for the kids? What do you think?
Wait, pardon?
All right. I was wondering, did you have any special music you want to do, or you want to just...
I can't tell what time it is, so
All right.
we're running with time.
We're doing okay. I think what we can do, we talked earlier about maybe doing like a congregational song. We'll wait for the kids to come in.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna do like something offbeat, like
Yeah,
his hands or something.
yeah, something to get us up and going. Thank you, Reverend Betty, for that message. I was thinking the whole time about Sally and our journey, and I'll say briefly that we've now grown in such a way that when we don't give, it feels tight. And we're like, what's going on? Like something just spiritually feels tight. And it's like, oh, whoa. Even if it's as simple as tipping the Domino's drivers, anything, right? But now we've gotten to a space where we understand like service is through, and it's a complete, it's a circle. So thank you so much for that message. At this time, we embrace the spirit of giving with our spiritual gift in practice. So you are invited to take your love offering in your hand and imagine it if you've already given it. And we're going to take this and we're going to bless it, and we're going to place it over our heart. We're going to bless this gift, and we're going to pray and welcome the blessings as they multiply. So repeat after me: divine love, expressed in me, through me, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. So in the African tradition, you say Ashe. And we say here, and so it is. And so it is. Okay. So we have a 3-year-old. This is one of our favorite parts. We're going to welcome Miss Gwen in. We're going to bless the children. Is Miss Gwen nearby? Okay, cool. She's going to get him. Okay. So this might be a good time for the song. Kathy, what you think?
All right, so let's see. You can stand up if you want and sing it. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got you and me, sister, in his hands. He's got you and me, sister, in his hands. He's got you and me, sister, in his hands. You world in his hand. He's got the little bitty baby in his hands. He's got the little bitty baby in his hands. He's got the little bitty baby in his hands. He's got the whole world. How about Unity of Gainesville? He's got Unity of Gainesville in his hands. He's got Unity of Gainesville in his hands. He's got Unity of Gainesville in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Whole world. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
All right. Hey, Miss Gwen.
Well, since Resin wasn't here last Sunday, we caught up on the 4th of July on the 10th. And we talked about understanding is our power for the month of July. So he was trying to understand why we celebrate the 4th of July and why an eagle is so important to our country. Show them your eagles. And Miss Phyllis even came in and showed us on the back of a $2 bill, if you are lucky enough to see one, you will see the signing of the Declaration of Independence on the back of a $2 bill.
Thank you, Ms. Gwen. Clearly, theater is in the blood, okay? I don't know if y'all know, but I'm an actor and director, and so this is clearly in the blood, okay? All right, y'all, so this is our favorite part in the household. This is a part of our bedtime tradition, so we're going to bless our children. Can we do that? All right, so this is this part that I don't have memorized. Okay, here we go. Rub your hands together. Can we say, children, we love you.
Children, we love you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
And we see the Christ presence within you.
We see the Christ presence within you.
All right, here we go. We love you. We love you. We really, really love you. Okay, okay, y'all. Clearly, don't we want some 3-year-old energy in here? Okay. All right, we're going to pass it on to the peace song. So if we can all stand up and get in our lovely circle.
surrounds. The love of God holds us. God, God protects us because His God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, all is well. Woo!